experience it now, but
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
all Fontainians, the evidence for... Oh, and according to now...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the that could also...
The Hydro Arc.
And yet, after many hundreds of years...
Yeah, so wouldn't it be trying to show that in the end... Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, however, while you were able to decode all the information... When we were at the... Now that the slate collection is complete...
What?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you. Your hypothesis, in the Fontaine of Old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanid's blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to the... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true...
So you...
That's way too much information for me. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced.
This really might be
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point they have not... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation... You may also recall Navia's experience, when she fell in... Therefore, that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes.
I think I'm following now. So, in truth...
What should we
No matter what.
If that's the case, does that mean the...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your... About the fourth slate. You probably thought... However, I believe that as for the root cause of the catastrophe... This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
That doesn't...
It was both dream and...
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could...
The truth, the original sin...
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial, and once it has finished...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled the...
Precisely. That whale finds the... Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it is...
We just barely managed to push it back, right?
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but anyway.
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the even if the entirety of Tevat were to be...
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Indeed, that's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end, no matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may... Just as prophecies ultimately
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Marina!
No, I still need answers.
You...
Sorry, that shocked expression.
You are not Farina.
The sweet sound of bewilderment.
Fusalo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, the heavenly principle.
Deceiving the...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, she knew full well. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heaven. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. I had to outwit the heavenly principles. Allow the prophecy to be fulfilled. I'm a genius, I know. I could, although, looking back now, but one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of...
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do. Even now, after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And she could feel joy, sorrow, and her strengths were of a kind. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly... Anyway, all part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive that... Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? In order that the prophecy under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, she was... I suppose now you probably understand why your court is...
But Farina, even though she is...
It has indeed. It's been and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely...